Hey everybody, Jimmy back with the Triple C Collective here, doing Anime Any Day for Star Wars Visions. Today, episode 5 of Star Wars Visions, titled The Ninth Jedi, done by Production IG. Now, this episode is the longest episode of all of Star Wars Visions. Most of them are either 14 minutes, 18 minutes. This episode is 23 minutes, and I think there's one more episode that's 20 minutes as well. Otherwise, they're like really 14 or 18 minutes. Either way, I love it. I love that whatever studio, whatever length of episode that they gave us, that they gave it that episode like, or that they gave us that short like within that time, because all of the episodes have been great. Like I don't really think there's one necessarily super like better than the other. I think they all have really great things, whether they work in either music kind of that we're familiar with like Star Warsy kind of orchestra, or whether it be different like some familiar type characters like Boba Fett, Jango, or Boba Fett or Jabba, things like that. So like all of these episodes have been really really great and really awesome in their own right. And episode 5, The Ninth Jedi by Production IG, holds up in that standard as well. One of my favorite things before I dive into like the story of the episode, one of my favorite things about the episode is there's a droid drinking coffee who is like, he's something special. That the droid drinking coffee is something really special. It's really really funny, and I like his whole bit is just great. I would love to see more of either the story or more from Production IG, overall, after like watching it and stuff. Like I've really loved it. But the story of the Ninth Jedi is we have Jorah Margrave sends out a call to all Jedi's, and sends out these the sends out these I'm sorry, not all Jedi, sends out these 8 beacons, summoning Jedi's to meet Jorah Margrave. He has found kyber crystals. He is mining them, like where he lives, and he is able to reconstruct lightsabers for people. This is a big thing, because at this point, like what they've said, how they've set this like world of the Ninth Jedi is that they don't have any more lightsabers. They're like gone. They're lost to the world. The Jedi have been lost for a long time. Like none of this stuff is happening. So it's kind of like a big thing when then like this Jorah Margrave is calling out to the world and calling out for Jedi's to come like with him, saying that, and like find him, saying that like he can rebuild lightsabers, he has kyber crystals, like we can do this again, we can help save the galaxy, and all of that stuff, that like everything we come to kind of know a little bit about like the Jedi and Star Wars and stuff. So it's really great. The character Ethan arrives and he sees seven other himself, making 8 different possible Jedi there. One of the people already there is actually a droid. So Ethan included their 7 people. The 8th person there is the droid. And they all like kind of talk about like, we all got the same beacon you did, Ethan. We're all here trying to see like what it who Margrave is, what's he all about, everything like that. Then we get a side, like a B storyline of a Cara and her father, the lightsaber smith. Like he's building the lightsabers, putting them all together, putting the crystals in there. You see Cara like whipping around a lightsaber, and it's actually really cool because it has like this like phantom color to it. It's like there's no real color. It's like a see-through with like a hint of green coming around it. And like that was just a really great visual, like really cool to see something like that. That was really really neat to see. I really loved it. Then like Kara and her father are attacked by Imperials, Sith. Not 100% sure because the meeting is supposed to be happening at the Ariel Temple, which is like above the planet. So Kara's dad like sends her off. He's like, "Don't worry, I'll stay here. I'll deal with them, but you make sure that we make our delivery on time for the Margrave." And Kara's like, "Okay, Dad, why are you talking to me like, and we're never gonna see each other again?" Because what Kara doesn't realize is that her dad's not making out of this, or if he's not killed right on the spot, they're gonna take him like prisoner and hostage because he just built lightsabers, and that's something that hasn't been around for a while. Again, according to like how they set the world and stuff, so it's like kind of a big thing. It was really it's a really cool story so far. I mean, I shouldn't just say so far, but like so Kara escapes. Then this is where Kara is on like a speeder of some kind. We see her kind of fiddle with it earlier, or like ride it earlier. I shouldn't say fiddle. But we see her being chased by one of like the Empire's people, and it's a really great chase. The chase kind of reminded me the same thing of like the speeder chase from Return of the Jedi while they're going through the Endor Forest, Luke and Leia with the stormtroopers and stuff there before they are able to shut down the shield and everything. So that was really great. That was really awesome. It was really nice seeing a nice little parallel, like pull from that, homage, if you will, or whatever, callback, whatever you want to call it. It was really cool to see that because I really love that sequence as well. It's a really sweet sequence. I've always just liked it. I've always thought it was really cool, really neat looking, and everything like that. So it was really cool seeing like it because as soon as I saw this sequence here in this episode from Production IG, I was like, Jedi, Return of the Jedi, and I was right. Like later, I'll get into the filmmaker focus as soon as I'm done with this. So Kara gets there and is presumably the 9th person there, and is like, "Hey, where's the Margrave? Like, I brought all the lightsabers." People grab different lightsabers. Ethan has one lightsaber that was given to him by the droid because the droid had a lightsaber and everybody was like looking at it. So Ethan has that. Everybody else is taking a lightsaber. Then all of the lightsabers are ignited, and you find out that they are all Sith, and all the Jedi that were supposed to be there have been killed. And we also find out that the droid is actually hiding the Joro Margrave in there. So Ethan gets a different lightsaber, Joro Margrave gets a lightsaber, and Kara gets a lightsaber. And they're all fighting all of the different Sith, and it's great. The Sith are all defeated by them. Eventually we see Ethan is fighting another person who we thought was a Sith, but his lightsaber then changes purple, and we find out that the Margrave actually knows him, and he says, "Stop it! This isn't you." They break up the fight, and so between them, his name is Homan, and Margrave is like, "This isn't you, Homan," and he's like, "Oh, sorry, I was just consumed by like all their anger and hate that was in the room." But we see that his lightsaber was purple, whereas the Margrave's was a blue or a green. Kara's turns green and Ethan's turns blue. So it was really great to see all of this. It was a really cool episode on how they like brought everything together. Like Margrave, says like, "Help me find the Jedi Order and bring and like save the galaxy and like help the galaxy and everything like that." And Kara's like, "Can we please like rescue my father first?" And he's like, "Of course we will rescue your father." And Ethan's like, "I wasn't able to defeat everyone here. I don't think I should be here." And Margrave's like, "Ethan, you are young. It is okay. You survived. You live to fight another day. You have earned your spot here. Thank you. Like you are more than welcome to join us." So he joins. It was really cool. It was a really, really cool episode. I would like to see, like I said at the beginning of this, like I would like to see more from this. I would like to see their like kind of adventures and stuff. Like it would be cool to see a little bit more of it. again, the filmmaker focus, like in the special features and the extra section under visions, for this, each of the vision, it's titled per episode other than the origins one in the filmmaker focus. So this one is titled The Ninth Jedi. Production IG actually said, which we do get throughout this, like they said that they wanted to have two different like storylines basically interwoven into this one short. So Disney actually let Production IG do that. They gave them the most time because again, it was in this episode that I actually found out that there was a certain time restraint, because I was like, why is some like 14 minutes, why are some 18 minutes, and they originally gave a time restraint of 10 to 15 minutes, and then they basically just kind of let people tell however tight or kind of long of a story they wanted, with again Production IG getting the longest at 23 minutes. And I thought and here's the thing, none of these episodes have felt long or felt short to me. Like the 14-minute ones feel great. Like they might feel a little bit short, possibly. I didn't really feel that. I felt every episode is needed to be, or every short from every studio is needed to be the exact length that they gave us, because these just because we don't know the stories that these anime studios have previously told doesn't mean that they're not masters at their craft of storytelling and now being able to play in the sandbox of Star Wars, that they'll like mess it all up. No. These are really well done, well crafted storytellers that know how to tell stories and are now given the keys and the playground to play within the Star Wars universe. So obviously they're going to take their chances and stuff. And so giving Production IG or giving some studios 2 episodes or whatever, it's really great. It's a really great idea. Let these people play in your sandbox of Star Wars and stuff here, Disney. So Disney goes ahead and does it, and I found that really cool on Disney's part, especially with the fact that like in Tatooine Rhapsody they like felt a little nervous about allowing Boba and Jabba being let into the story, because they're kind of big and popular and really known characters from Star Wars. Like if people see them, they know that, like they know them instantly at looking at them. And it's the same thing like in Tatooine Rhapsody, when you see G, he's a member of the Hutt family. Where he is in lineage to Jabba, where he is in lineage to Jabba, you don't really know, but that's okay. So that was really awesome. I also wonder why then maybe they didn't, since they had given other studios 2 episodes, and since Production IG here had these 2 storylines that they really wanted interwoven, I almost wonder why Disney didn't offer another episode for it. Maybe because Production IG was like, no, it's not like that open of a storyline where we can make 2 separate stories. Like the story we want to tell only works because we have these 2 things. And so it was really cool. It was really awesome. I would love to see more of specifically now this 9th Jedi journey. I would love to see it. The music in this episode probably felt the most Star Wars-y and everything else, and that goes to, again, with like what I also found out in the production or in the filmmaker focus, is that the filmmakers also did say exactly what I thought. The chase sequence that we see with Cara on her speeder is a direct like homage to Return of the Jedi. They specifically did it and layered it in there, which I thought was so cool, because again, I really like that sequence. I think it's a really fun sequence, a really cool sequence in Star Wars and stuff. So it was really nice. Like I was like, oh man, I got it. Like I totally saw that. I totally saw what you were trying to do there, and it's great. I don't know. I guess I loved, like, I don't know. I was in on the joke, I guess, or whatever, however you would like to call it. So this was really great. This was really awesome. And then when I actually looked into Production IG, I have heard most of all of the other works that they have done. It might be safe to say that Production IG could be maybe the most well-known anime studio in the fact that they did Ghost in the Shell, they have an American version of that live action movie. So I feel like Production IG might actually be known a little bit more well known, because again, like I said, I know at least of Ghost in the Shell, the original anime movie, and the American made movie with Scarlett Johansson. They also have done FLCL, Production IG. They were like that's another one of their things, and FLCL is another thing that I have heard of, is another anime that I've heard of and that I'm gonna check out along with Ghost in the Shell. I've actually watched Ghost in the Shell, the movie, before. It's a great movie, and I'll actually we'll throw a review on there for Anime Any Day for it at some point as well. But FLCL is something that I haven't watched, but I do know exists as an anime show, and that like was something that people have liked, and something else that people, other friends of mine have told me to be like, you should check that out if you're trying to get into like anime, or put it on like the to watch list or whatever. Another thing that other way you might have seen other works of Production IG, or where you can see other works of theirs, is in the Kill Bill movies. And this is actually where it's Ghost in the Shell and Kill Bill. They worked on the anime like sequence in the Kill Bill movies, with Quentin Tarantino. I should say the Kill Bill movie, because it's just one story that the studio. That's beside the point. So they worked on that. This was a little bit longer of an episode here for us, and it's the longest episode of Star Wars Vision, so it makes sense. This was a really great episode. Again, this was episode 5 by Production IG, The Ninth Jedi. You should really be checking out Star Wars Visions. If you're not, it's really great. We again really appreciate you here at the Triple C Collective joining us here for Anime Any Day, Star Wars Visions, episode 5, The Ninth Jedi. May the Force be with you. Have a great day.